mind. We will talk how mind is going to aspect our astrology and karma and everything. And what is the main factor behind mind, how we can transform ourselves. So the main reason for me coming into astrology and taking these sessions with masters, with Guru's grace, past 1 month, I have converted 85 students into basic astrology graduates, and 23 students are still in learning process of becoming advanced. So the whole idea behind this is that, as we all know, we've come to this life, we have come here to fulfill some life purpose. So firstly, how to know what is the life purpose? What are the assets? What are the tools which we have, which are going to help us? Or what are the shortcomings, obstacles, which are going to hinder us? How we can transform ourselves. My astrology thing is not just predicting in which year you're going to get married or how many children you're going to have. No. Of course, I'm going to tell people, whoever wishes to know about it. But main reason, the main thing, as taught by my Guru, I am here to help people to transform. Of course, we are born with certain traits, certain patterns. What we can do, how we can grow above these patterns, how we can grow one step closer to attaining liberation. What is liberation? What are the chances? How far we can go? So these questions I address whenever somebody comes to me for consultancy, or maybe all those people who are doing my basics of astrology class, they would also get the knowledge there. Now, my entire knowledge is coming firstly from my father, who's an astrologer by profession. He was a medical doctor. And then after retirement, he's full-fledged into this astrology thing. We have our organization also, which was constructed in 1999. And I'm the vice president. Yes, in 1999, I was an executive person. Little did I know that someday I'm going to take over the company. I mean, below my father. So the knowledge comes from him. Rather, I would say the practical knowledge you can get from books. And secondly, all the books I read, whichever books my father had in his library, then all the sessions I've attended, pranic healing sessions, and many sessions, maybe on YouTube, wherever. So the credit goes to all the teachers in my life, whoever, even though some of my friends who've taught me. So the whole session goes on all those things. Now, we all are born to fulfill certain life purpose, to fulfill a destiny. How the destiny is formed? It is formed from the past life karma. So we all came here with the pattern and to walk. Now, how the knowledge of astrology can help you is, it can tell you how you can walk effortlessly, first point. Or maybe if you don't want to do that, it can tell you how to have patience, acceptance, or how you can lead your life with grace. Okay? So Vedic astrology, even Buddhism and many religions have come up with this karma theory. So quickly we will understand what are the 3 types of karma, and then we will move forward. I'll give many examples how they work and what all happens. Okay? So question answer session, we'll have the last 10 minutes. We will have for question answers. I will answer everybody. But right now we are going to learn. So karma and astrology. So we have 3 types of karma, okay? What are karma? It is the sum total of all the actions, all the thoughts which we've had in all the past lives. Sum total of that is karma. Now, how these karma and at what times they manifest in our life, we are going to talk about it. So there are three types of karma: Sanchit karma, Prarabdha, and Agami. Now, Sanchit karma. What is Sanchit karma? Sanchit karma, we can say, if we talk about, since there are many women participants, so वो जो आटा नहीं लगाते हम खाना बनाने के time, that whole flour dough, that becomes your Sanchit karma. Or all the results of all the actions we've performed from all the lifetimes, that is your Sanchit karma. So in astrology, there are many basics class students also there in the session. So now you can understand. So we have these three houses which tell us what are the Sanchit karma and how we are benefited in this life. So Sanchit karma is the sum total of karma. Like this quiver, you can see all the arrows. Then comes the Prarabdha karma. Prarabdha क्या हो गया? उस डो में से जो हमने थोड़ा सा निकाल लिया बनाने के लिए चपाती, that becomes your Prarabdha karma. Or whatever Prarabdha karma mainly forms our horoscope, our birth chart, our jataka of this lifetime. So we are given a pattern, a sanskar, good things, everything which we will be utilizing in this lifetime. So this is the most important karma, because Sanchit karma, okay, we will talk how we can add and minus from the Sanchit karma. But right now in this life, we are more concerned about this Prarabdha. So in astrology, this can be revealed by the 6th house. So once when you do the course, you understand it better. So 6th house depicts house of suffering, deaths of past life. So this shows the quiver which we have, you know. वो तो पूरा quiver था जिसमें सारे arrows थे. ये छोटा सा है जो हमारे साथ है, which we can use. Now comes the Agami karma. So Agami karma क्या हो गया? या क्रियामाना karma. क्रियामाना क्या है? क्रिया means action. So all that हमें प्रारब्ध कर्मा मिल गया, which was what I got on 3rd June 1974 when I was born. I was born with this prarabdha karma. Now agami karma क्या था? जो भी, whatever I did in this lifetime, however I behaved, whatever good things I did, whatever the bad things I did, whatever the reactions I gave, all this became my agami karma, kriyamana karma, which again we come to know through our 4th house or moon. Maybe we will talk later how it says, and 10th house also. So the whole idea, every teaching of mine is more concerned about how we can do something about this kriyamana or agami karma, because this agami karma will form your sanchit karma of your next lifetime. So whatever good you do passes on, whatever bad you do passes on, whatever lessons you don't learn in this lifetime passes on. So those all karma becomes the sanchit karma. So it's a circular pattern. Sanchit se prarabdh, prarabdh se agami, agami se vapas sanchit. It moves like that. So ye, ab in a way kya hai? You've been given those arrows. Now if you are pulling an arrow and you're shooting, so wo arrow apni jagah bhi pahunch sakta hai, like bullseye, or it can go and hurt somebody, kill somebody. So this all, how we use these arrows in our life, it's about that. Then karma and effort. So हम लोग बहुत, we keep hearing these two words, destiny, free will, karma. So karma becomes our destiny, efforts becomes our free will. With these pictures I'll try to explain how it works. So you can see a boat. Now this boat is floating on the ocean and it floats with the wind. The way the wind blows, the boat sails accordingly. So the wind becomes your destiny and your efforts becomes your free will. Now you just can't sit back in the boat and you can't just say, let the boat go wherever it wants to go. So the boat might turn around, the boat might go and collapse into some hurdle. Please keep your mics. In our life, we are given certain things which becomes our destiny and certain things which we have our free will. So while rowing this boat, we need to exert ourselves. We need to use our knowledge, how the wind is blowing, how we have to adjust our sails. So same way, by knowing our karmic patterns in life, we can adjust our life. Then you can see this rider. Now, the kind of horse he will have becomes his destiny. But he's running a race in Olympics. So his efforts are what? The way he trained the horse, the way he has trained himself, and the way they both together try to win the race. Now, the karma can be the horse can topple down, some obstacle can come on the way, or some hooting can distract the horse or the rider. So those things can be your karma. So you just can't say that I am the best rider and I've got the best horse in this world and I'm going to win the race. Of course, affirmations and your confidence, everything does help you. But certainly, karma and destiny plays a great role, great role. Now here on we are talking about astrological things and the charts and all, okay? So what do we hear in layman languages? That planets control us. But planets never control us. They are just indicators. जो हमने पास्ट लाइफ का जो संचित कर्मा था उससे प्रारब्ध कर्मा जो हमें इस लाइफ में मिला, we had formed a chart out of it and the planets are just indicating. Like you can see this watch. What is this watch doing? Do you think this watch is time? No. It is indicating the time. The arms you see in the watch, there are 3 arms. So the sum total of these 3 arms tells us a time. You know, it's 3 o'clock or this is 3:20 right now. This is that. So the birth chart has planets and those planets are just indicating our life pattern. So 9 planets and 1 ascendant lord. They all together form your destiny. So we are born under certain planetary positions and these planets are just indicating our life patterns, our karmic patterns. What are the karma we are going to address in this life? If we did good karma in past life, we are getting rewards. If we did not so good karma in past life, then we are getting punishments. Now it is up to us. We can feel sad, we can curse God, we can curse our fate and cry. This is happening with me, this is happening, that is happening with me, I'm unlucky, I'm that, I'm this. Or we can learn the lesson, or we can understand. So in the birth chart, I am able to tell you, or probably if you do the classes with me, you yourself are able to understand that in this lifetime, what karma you need to work out, what karma is going to be your assets. You know, like if you have a very good placed planet, you might be born in a very good family, very good education, and maybe then you marry somebody who becomes your challenge in this lifetime, a lesson to be learned. So then if you have this knowledge, you can have patience so you are suffering in this lifetime. So there's nothing to feel bad about things, you know. Can anybody tell me, is the internet connection getting disturbed for you guys also?
No.
Okay.
Yes, it's going and coming.
So meanwhile the slides are going, I'll just stop my video so that so like in the car we have the speedometer. So the speedometer is what? It's not the speed of the car. It is just depicting the it's not the speed, it's just telling us the speed of the car. So we can manage that speed. We can lessen the speed if we are going fast, or we can accordingly change the speed of the car. So this is the thing we can, these planets ka knowledge can help us. Now let's move to the next slide. How horoscopes reveal karma. So there is this beautiful book, Fated Skies. I will just give a small example from this Fated Skies book. There was this King Williams and there was this ironmonger's son called James. They were two astral twins. Astral twins are what? Two people born at the same place, same time, same date. Biological twins are born with the same parents. But these astral twins are the ones who are born at the same date, same time, same place. So the King Williams and the ironmonger's son, James, were born at the same time. So more you can read in this Fated Sky book. It was written that these both were born at the same time. So when the king became the king and this ironmonger's son became the, he took over his father's business and he became the king of his father's business. They both married on the same day. They both had similar kind of children, like the same number of daughters, same number of sons. They both had the same kind of diseases. Everything same happened in their life, throughout their life. And they died also on the same day, just an hour difference. They both were dead. The whole story is there in the Fated Sky book. You can go and read. But now we talk about India. So there is a story of a prince and a charioteer's son. So there was this king and there was a son born in his palace. So as the ritual used to be, they called on the astrologers to form the chart for this child. So the chart was established for this child, and it was everything good and everything bad was told. So that very day, charioteer's son also had a son in his family. So this charioteer's son, when he went to drop this astrologer, so he said, Jyotishi ji, I also had a son today. So what would be my son's fate? So the astrologer said, whatever you heard for the king, the same things are going to happen with your son as well. All the amenities he's also going to have in life. So that was very surprising for him. And so is it for us also. So then as the children grew up, like they were 3-4 years old, this prince meets this charioteer's son and they become friends. So then the prince says that since I don't have brother, sister, let this charioteer's son live with me. So this child, charioteer's son, grew up with this prince in the same palace, enjoying the same foods, learning the same skills. And when they grew up, their marriage also, prince told his father that find a nice match for this friend of mine also and we both will get married. on the same day. So you see, the horoscopes did reveal that they both were having the same fate. Now there is a big granth which is written by Maharshi Parashar, and it is like a Bible of astrology. Every tiny detail is written in that book. So in that book, it is said that when a certain yoga is formed in your patri, then a person born in a royal family becomes a king, and a person who's born in an ordinary family lives like a king, has all the attributes, all the amenities like king, the way this charioteer's son had. Now, this is the most important aspect of our pranic healers. So, buddhihi karma anusarini. Your mind works according to your karma, according to your destiny. So, there are three factors in life. One is astrology, one is karma, other one is mind. Now, first we have karma ke liye, what we do have? Newton's third law, which states every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever we did, we are going to face the repercussions. Or as it is said in Bible, as you sow, shall you reap. So these are two factors which are main of karma. Okay. Now how the mind changes. So, well, we think that everything is created by God. And sometimes when bad things happen with us, we start criticizing or cursing God. But do you think it happens like that? No. Everything, whatever we suffer, whatever our rewards, are all based on these above two laws. Whatever we did, we are receiving that. Now, how the karma is created? Karma is created by the thoughts and mind and actions all put together, and then a karma is performed. So mind leads to action. In most cases, when you think what actually you have done, then you think about the decisions you made. So mind is the agent of karma. Please mute yourself. Okay. So mind is the agent of karma. So if you want to change your karma, then you need to change your mind, alter your mind or modify your mind. This is the essence of spirituality. Mainly I'm working on this only. हमें karma मिल गया, हमारा सब कुछ हो गया. But how we can transform ourselves, what we can do. As Lord Buddha says, that clinging is the most negative aspect of our mind. So to decling, to get rid of this clinging, there is meditation. So here our Guru's teaching comes in. Pranic healing. More than this, Arahatic yoga, which trains our mind, tunes our mind, how to act, how to behave in certain manner. So there can be two ways. One can be by mantra chanting, or by which directly affects our mind, or another factor is meditation, by which also we can train our mind. Now I'll give you an example. There was this boxer. Please everybody remain till the last scene, because I have a surprise thing for the people who are going to stay for the last slide. Last slide, yeah. So there was this small example I want to quote. There was this boxer, Muhammad Ali. So Muhammad Ali was born in not a very affluent family, and like when he was 7 years old, he had collected a lot of money and he bought a bicycle, and that bicycle got stolen. So then he goes to the police station to complain for his bicycle. Now, fortunately, the inspector was missing. So then he inquires, where is he? So the police people say that he's in the gym, you can go. They tell him there is a place where he is and you go. So Muhammad Ali goes there because obviously he had saved money and he bought this bicycle and he was very much attached to his bicycle. So when he goes there and he sees that the inspector is in a big gym kind of a place where there are many boxers, and he gets awestruck. He gets captivated by the whole scene. So the inspector asks him, why have you come? But still he's so much engrossed in watching everybody and all that. Then the inspector again asks. Then he says, my bicycle got stolen, but could you help me to become a good boxer? So the rest is the history, that he becomes a boxer. Why he becomes a boxer? Because he had a very well-placed Mars. So sometimes in life, whatever we are about to achieve, we are put into that situation. We reach that place where we are able to achieve certain things in life. That day, if he would have met this police officer in the police station, he wouldn't have gone there. He wouldn't have got exposed. So Mars makes you a fighter, a boxer. So he could have been something else, fighter in other areas. So if you need to change your karma, you need to do meditation. You need to do prayers. So this is the main essence I'm trying to teach everybody, This is the essence of astrology, that like if you have a debilitated Mars, somebody says that you are going to have an accident and you're going to have suffering. Chalo, we'll talk about this later once I'll quickly complete this. So now there is a beautiful story for this also, scope of astrology. How astrology, so these stories are written in our Vedas. It's there very much, very well proved. So there was a very big astrologer, Mihira, in King Vikramaditya's kingdom. So King Vikramaditya had son, and he called this Mihira that form a chart for him. So Mihira forms a chart for the prince, and he gets very sad. So the king asks, what happened? So Mihira says, it gives me great sadness to tell you this, that your son would die at the age of 18 and he would be killed by wild boar. So the king gets very upset. So he says, please, Jyotishi ji, tell us how we can change this karma. So then the Jyotishi says, this karma cannot be changed. It cannot be reversed. This is going to happen. Certain things are destined to happen. So king gets very worried. But then since he was the king, he says, okay, fine, we'll see. So then he constructs a huge palace, some 8 levels of palace. And the prince used to live in the 8th floor, on the 8th floor of the palace. And he was like, the wild boar just cannot reach there. So what happens, this 18th year of his birthday comes, and as the date, as Mihira says, so he was also present in the kingdom, and the king says, see Mihira, my son is enjoying and playing with his friends. He's perfectly fine. So your prediction has gone all waste. So then Mihira says, no, my lord, your son is dead. He is lying in the pool of blood. So the king gets very worried and he rushes. So when he reaches the 7th floor, he asks the friends of his prince that, where is the prince? So they say he had some problem in breathing. So he's gone on the terrace to breathe some fresh air. So the king rushes. Still he had this, that wild boar cannot reach the 8th floor where the sky is there. So when he goes there, he sees his son is lying in pool of blood and he's dead. Now what happens? In this kingdom, they had wild boar as their emblem. So where the prince was lying down, there they had this pillar on which they had this emblem of their wild boar. So when the wind blew very fast, unfortunately, and the wild boar statue fell on this prince, and it killed the prince. So as you see, the prediction came out to be true. the prince was killed by the wild boar. So this is how astrology works. Then I'll give a simple example in a layman situation, that there was once an astrologer in Kerala. So his mother was predicted that she would be bitten by a snake by an astrologer. The father gets very worried and they shift to the city that there would be no snakes. And on the 28th year, the astrologer's mother was predicted to be bitten by a snake. So when on the 28th year of her birthday, she gets throat infection, a severe throat infection. So the father goes to the doctor and he asks the doctor to heal her. And since the doctor and father were friends, they were just chatting. Doctor prescribes certain injections and he tells the nurse. So the nurse goes and injects this woman. As this nurse injects this woman, the woman starts fainting. The whole body starts converting into blue color. This nurse runs to the doctor, and then doctor realizes he's written the penicillin injection. And penicillin injection has to be checked before injecting. So that lady got reaction with this penicillin. So she was put into ICU and she went through this whole life-threatening situation then. So as you see, although she wasn't bitten by the snake, but the injection and the poison, the situation was the same. So this is how astrology keep telling us certain things in life. Then proving karma with astrology. Now we all know Yogananda, and Yogananda's guru was Sri Yukteswar Giri. So Yukteswar Giri was a very believer of astrology, or maybe he was an astrologer only. So he says a child is born on that day, at that hour, when the celestial rays are in mathematical harmony with his individual karma. What does this mean? A person is born at that day so that the planets can be placed at certain situations which are going to predict his karma, his karmic pattern in this life. So we have karma, and astrology becomes a tool to tell us how to deal with this karma. And for this, we need to study the horoscope or the birth chart or the Jataka. Now, what happens? There are people in this world who believe karma, but they don't believe God. Then there are people who believe God, but they don't believe karma. And there are people who don't believe either of these. So some people say that everything that happens in our life, that happens randomly. But do you think everything happens in our life randomly? No, because while crossing the road, we do check the sides. We see the left side, we see the right side, and then we cross the road. So for such a little thing, or such a basic thing we are doing this, then this is our life. Why we should not read our chart, why we should not know what are our assets, why we should not. Like if somebody wins a gold medal in Olympics, do you think it is a random situation? No, he worked so hard. For years he practiced and then he was able to win a gold medal. Nothing in our life happens randomly. Everything happens with God's grace or by the grace of our spiritual gurus. So spiritual gurus are people who can help us to lessen our karmic situations. I will talk about this also. So karma is basically what? Karma is a habit that we formed from our past lives. So Maharshi Parashara gives a full shastra for this. So I'll tell you. So Sri Yukteswar Giri told Yogananda to wear an amulet. He says, chalo, I'll just, wait, let me see. So I'll just interrupt, then I'll talk. This is Basics of Astrology class by me, where I will talk about how planets, how things move for you, what are your challenges, what are your obstacles, what are your hurdles, everything we are going to talk in this class. So you can note down my number, my email ID, and stop share. So yes, we were talking about Sri Yukteswar Giri, okay? He was Yogananda's guru, an astrologer. So he tells Yogananda that I am scared that you're going to face some challenges. So wear this amulet. So Yogananda says, Guruji, with due respect, I follow whatever you say, but I don't believe in astrology. I don't believe in all this because I'm a saint. I do so many practices. So I don't think it works for me. So Yukteswar Giri says that, listen, there are two things in life. If the sages, if the saints, if they have constructed these Vedas, and if they have put in that with certain planetary positions, you are able to have certain challenges or some rewards, then of course it's going to happen. Because why would they create these many shastras? Why would they do this? First is this. Second, he says that whenever we are climbing the mountain, we need a plan, we need a map to reach to that destination, that mountain. So whoever reaches that destination or mountain is of course free from this map. But till you reach that destination, you need the map. And he says that whoever is in this life, whoever is in this Manushya Yoni, human life, they have to follow these planetary influences. They get these planetary influences in life. Like in my basic class, I do a detailed study of Lord Rama's Patri. So when Lord Rama, being God, when he was born into a man, human life, he also suffered. Even though he had the best body, best everything, he went through struggles, obstacles. So that I'm going to establish in the basic class, that what made him struggle and all that stuff. But Yukteswar Giri did tell Yogananda, till you reach that level, till you reach your destination, the whole plan is needed. So Yogananda, in his book, Autobiography of Guru, Autobiography of Yogi, he has mentioned this whole episode, and he did say that, yes, I did face struggles, I did face challenges in life. Certainly, I'm not giving astrology the credit that how I was able to overcome, but I do give credit to my Guru's blessings, my spiritual practices, or the strength I got, the mental, man ka jo I got the thing. So he has also validated this. So my thing is that we have a very good spiritual guru. He's given us this erratic yoga, which tells us how certain things how we can change our mind, how we can. So for that, you need to know the challenges. See, there are 9 planets. These 9 planets are aspecting every part of your life, right from your soul. Surya, sun is the soul ka karak. We all know we are coming from the Surya, from the sun. So right from the sun to the Ketu, all these planets aspect our life. How do they aspect? What do they aspect? How we can overcome? Knowing that we will have a hurdle in life, and knowing that. So I'll give you an example. There was this student who was very brilliant in his studies, but he was not good in Hindi. So when he comes to this 10th standard is the board exam. So his favorite teachers tell him that, please take a Hindi tuition, because you are going to fail, or probably you will not be able to score your highest. So this student, of course, the favorite teacher tells you, you follow that teacher. He goes to this Hindi teacher. He does this tuition every day, 3 hours tuition, and he's working very hard. He's trying to learn. Now, after knowing this, if somebody just see him randomly, what they will think, how many marks he's going to score in the exams with 3 hours every day for the entire month he studied. So then when the result came, can anybody tell me how many marks did he score? Let's make it interesting. So few answers if you can put in the chat. Yes, Asta. He scored 40 marks. So now if anybody would see him who did not know his this past, that he's not good in Hindi, what they would believe? They would say he worked so hard, he should have got 80, he should have got 100. Wherein there is another child who's good in Hindi, then he gets good marks. So astrology tells you yahi baat, that you are not good in Hindi, take tuitions, take remedies. So there are many ways which we can do, but being a pranic healer, I always tell people the remedies which we can do, how certain things. Of course, there's an easy way out. My father has a sansthan. He does these planetary healings with japas and chantings. I'll tell you a story for this also. So Adi Shankaracharya, you've heard his name. So Adi Shankaracharya used to go around begging for his food, because see, he was a saint. So he used to, so one day he goes to this old woman's hut and he says, please give me something to eat. So this old woman goes around hunting in her house. She was very poor lady. She had nothing to offer. But then she thought, Adi Shankaracharya has come to my house. What do I do? Then she finds a Avla. Avla, you understand? I don't know the English name. So Avla she finds. And that Avla was also na Sukha Avla. Ekdam Sukha sa Avla hota hai. So she goes and gives to this Adi Shankaracharya ji that I just, sorry Muni ji, I just have this much to offer you, and she gives him. So Adi Shankaracharya ji gets carried by the emotion and the sacrifice of this lady. He feels ki, look at this, she had this little thing and she's offering me this thing also. So then he chants the mantras. He does a chanting. He invokes, he being saint, he invokes, and Mata Lakshmi appears. So then Mata Lakshmi says, what can I do for you? So Adi Shankaracharya ji says, Mata Lakshmi, please give this lady all the luxuries of life so she can live a good life. So Mata Lakshmi says, Acharya ji, I can't do this because she did many things in her past life and she's suffering accordingly. So Adi Shankaracharya ji says, I understand, but look at her in this lifetime. She was so humble, so full of love. She gave me the last piece which was in her house. So Lakshmi ji says, no, we cannot change her fate like this. Then Adi Shankaracharya ji says, if you are not going to change our fate, then who will believe God? Who will believe that if we are good in this life, if we are doing certain karmas, or if I being saint chanted so much, recited, so if her karma was not healed, then who will believe in God? Who will believe in goodness? So then Lakshmi ji gets inspired and then she blesses this woman, and all the women is blessed with a lot of luxuries. And so the chanting which Adi Shankaracharya ji did is known as Kanak Dhara Stotra. This is a stotra to please Goddess Lakshmi. It is a tip for all of you. You all can please Goddess Lakshmi by reciting this stotra, very readily available on YouTube. South के बहुत अच्छे singers की बहुत अच्छी pronunciation में chanting हो रही है. You can just listen. Anybody having wealth problems can definitely do this. chanting of this stotra on every Fridays, Mata Lakshmi ko samne karke. So you see, chanting and mantras, they do have effect. So my father can get your planet sealed. You just have to pay a certain amount. We have these 3-4 Brahmins doing puja. So एक चीज मेरी understanding क्या है? My understanding is that these Brahmins are given money. They feed their family. So indirectly, you become a food giving person to a family. So you get good karma. Because giving food is the biggest way to receive good karma. Then another thing which we can do, being in our guru's school. Again, one example I will give. Hamare guru ne, once master was taking a session. Okay, so I understand the essence of this example. So master was taking this session, and there was this lady who comes to him, and she says that, master, my husband beats me every day with the stick. What do I do? How do I escape this? So master says, tomorrow what you do, you give him this broom, that sticks wala broom, okay? So he says, you go and give him this broom and ask him to beat you with this. So the woman got very startled. She was like, master, what are you telling me? That I go and give him this? But anyways, since she believed Guru so much, she goes home, she gives her husband this broom. After 1 month, she comes to Guru and she says, thank you, master. My husband has stopped beating me. How come this happened? So master says that you had this karma of beaten by your husband in some thousands of times. So when he was beating you with the stick, you could have gone through this whole life only. Your karma couldn't have been worked out. But since you gave him this broom, the broom has some 60 to 70 sticks. So every day you were hit by this broom with these many sticks. So your karma was worked out. So my whole philosophy of telling you how you can work out your karma is like this only. Like if you have a debilitated Mars, if there's a situation in your life wherein you are going to have an surgery or wherein you are going to have an accident probably. So of course, certain things, why we will have a surgery or injury in this life? Because we must have harmed, we must have wounded people in past life. That is why we are going to have this kind of injury in this life. So what happens if we can tell you in beforehand, we can do certain remedies. I can tell you donate blood, because blood is what Mangal is wanting, your blood. Mars is wanting your blood. So you can donate blood. So what can happen is that maybe you get a surgery done. How is surgery done? In a ICU, with the AC, with the specialist, with the anesthesia. So it is a very easy environment. Of course, you have to go through surgery and pain, all these situations. But imagine if you met an accident on the road, nobody is there to look after you, address you, and you're lying in this pool of blood and suffering. So this is how my whole idea of teaching astrology is. You can understand where you are going to work out your karma. What are the factors which will tell you? So this was a random karma and astrology session. One session I will take after you learn the basics of astrology, which can tell you your life purpose, for which you've taken birth, which can tell you what are the karmas. Like understand, if you had injured people, you will get injury ka karma. So people who are facing bad marriages, so they must have done something to women, like a man. He must have done something bad with the woman in past life. So he's suffering in this life due to a woman. The woman can be his wife, or the woman can be his mother. Again, we can tell you this also through that birth chart of yours. So then he has to have patience, acceptance, forgiveness with the women. He certainly can't go and become an IS officer and go and help all the poor people and get this karma worked out. No, this karma he has to work out in the way he did in the past life. Okay, you're getting my point? So this is the whole idea of combining astrology, karma, and mind. Mind we can change through meditations, and how you can get rid of the whole process of this karma and everything is by the blessings of Guru, spiritual Guru. Spirituality is the ultimate aim which we all should aspire to have in life. One spiritual Guru, because firstly, he guides you. So if you have a difficult situation in life, he tells you that it shall pass. He gives you that strength to go through that life situation. Nothing is permanent. A day is there, then the night, then the day. Life is a circle. As one of our masters say, you eat rasgulla, dukha, you eat a lot of rasgulla, so there's a sukh. But then when you eat a lot of rasgulla, then dukkha happens, you get a problem in your stomach. So, life is a cycle. So our birth chart, not if we talk in the spiritual manner or in another manner, our birth chart reveals the pattern of energy that manifests on all the levels in our life. Be it physical, be it emotional, be it physical, be it mental, be it emotional, be it inspirational or spiritual. And corresponding elements are also there. For the physical thing we have earth, for the mental thing we have air element, for the emotional thing we have water element, and for the spiritual or inspiration we have fire elements. So my classes even tell us how these elements work for us, what we can do. So it's not a proper astrology thing, which is just predicting things. It is how we can transform our life, how we are given certain things in life, certain lessons, what we can learn, how we can grow. The whole thing is about that only. So shall I address few questions, if there are any? Let me see. And if anybody has a question, please put in the chat. So my third batch, I've trained 85 students, and now my third batch is from tomorrow. So whoever is interested can join that. My sister has shared the link. Yeah, solutions, I'm giving you the remedies in just 2 minutes. That's the good karma you've generated by being in my session. I'm giving you remedies for all the planets, okay? Just hold on for a few more minutes. So yes, today is Friday, Kanakdhara Stotra and Shukla Paksha also. You can begin from today itself to have a lot of wealth. And Mata Lakshmi gives us prosperity in life, wealth in all forms. So I don't see any questions. This means, was I very clear or nobody could understand something?
No, we are waiting for you to give remedies. Then we'll have questions.
Okay. So then my remedies are, I'll first mute everybody. My remedies are more or less attitude based. What we can do to transform ourselves. Rather than telling you what donations you can make, my remedies, because there are more of pranic healers. So I'll just share the screen. You can just take the screenshot. It's okay. So I'll quickly explain. Ravi means Surya. So Surya, we can generate good karma by helping the sick people. Of course, when you do the basics of astrology class, you come to know why sick people, why certain remedies are given, that you will know. But Here we are just giving you the remedies, why you have to know the origin. If you want to know, join the class. So Surya is helping the sick. So bad karma you generate by being arrogant. So first I'll talk the good karma things. So moon is offering food to hungry people. Of course, we try to offer vegetarian food. We don't give non-veg thing, because, and Mangala I've written, it's Mangal, that is Mars. For Mars, we need to protect our family, or we need to protect everyone around us. So we should not kill animals. So that is why we need to give vegetarian food. Then Budh, Mercury. For Mercury, we have to do charity. We have to be very good in talking, good words should come out of our mouth. Our speech should be good. Then Guru, that is Jupiter. So for Jupiter, we should help ignorant people who are not very highly developed intellectuals. You should help them with knowledge, and you should help children. This also I will talk in basic class. Why children? You should help children to acquire knowledge. Then Shukra, that is Venus. Venus, we need to offer clothes. Again, we will learn in astrological class why clothes. But to please your planet Shukra, you need to offer clothes to people. You should help people to cover their body. Then is Shani, that is Saturn. Now for Saturn, you should study religion, or you should do practice austerities, that is practice spiritual practices. Japas, mantras, yagya, fast, all this for Shani. Then Rahu protect animals, or all the NGOs who are into protection of animals. Then Ketu worship every day at fixed hour. You should do spiritual practices, but that also in a disciplined manner. Now what bad karma we can generate? How we can generate bad karma is like for Surya, your sun can get as badly aspected when you become arrogant in life, snobbish in life. For moon, you become cruel, violent. For when you start killing animals and insects, your Mars is affected. So of course, what is Mars? Mars is protect everybody. So for your protection, you can kill animals, okay? So mosquitoes you can kill, because then you might get some diseases. So that is okay. But for pleasure, for fun, to eat, that is not okay. Then Mercury, both, you should, when you speak harsh words, or when you do these violence by, abusing and all this, your Mercury gets depleted. Then Jupiter is when you disrespect your parents, your teachers, or all this teacher kind of people in life. Then comes the Venus, that is by being angry or greedy in life. Shani is like you do not follow these religious principles. What are religious principles? Morality, the way we should lead our life, virtues, okay? Then Rahu is being deceptive. When you become deceptive, when you try to cheat people, your Rahu gets badly aspected. Ketu gets badly aspected when you avoid your duties. When you don't do your duties properly, then your Ketu gets aspected. I hope everybody has taken the screenshot, or they have just... So these were the few remedies in pranic way. So as my friends call me, I am a astro-pranic healer. So this is about my whole thing, what I do, what is karma. So karma is nothing to feel scared about. We can negate our karma through our spiritual practices, and with the blessings of spiritual teacher, and with God's grace. So nothing to feel sad in life. We can do. And you know, there are times when we are having the best of our life. We are enjoying life, everything good is happening in our life. And then there is just after that, a time comes wherein things are not going to be that good. So what happens, certain people, what they do is like they're doing very well at this time, they change their job, they change their business, and then the bad time is there. So everything collapses. So me being an astrologer, I can tell you, in these times, remain patient, pray to God. In these times, go ahead. You will be benefited. So this is the knowledge, and why not take this knowledge? Because if you're going climbing the hill, you have to have a map. So why not take the map? So that is about it. I don't think there are any questions. So shall we close the session? So my basics of astrology class is rupees 1100 for 4 days. And it tells you about what all aspects your life, all the planets, all the rashis. So the ascendant we get, all these things depict the karmic pattern, the pattern we are going to follow in this life, you know, how we are going to behave in certain manners. So there are many examples I can give, but let's value time. And
Tushar, please share the timing of your class. What time it will be?
Yeah, so tomorrow's class is fixed. It is in afternoon. So either it could be 2:30 to 3:30 or 3 to 4. 1 hour every day and 4 days and 1100 only. And my consultancy is also 1100.
Tushar wanted to ask, what about the advanced class tomorrow?
We are going to have, that's on. Let's see how the time goes, because this class I had committed, like there are people waiting. So let's see how we go. We discuss in our group.
Okay, thank you.
So let's close the session so that whoever wants to leave can go. Thank you to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, Grandmaster Chokoksui, Lord Mahaguruji Mening, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Lord Ganesha, Goddess Ma Karni, Goddess Ma Saraswati, Goddess Ma Lakshmi, angels of astrology, angels of karma, angels of internet. Thank you all for being present and helping us. Thank you for blessing all the participants with a lot of prosperity, abundance, happiness, joy, good luck, illumination, intelligence, knowledge, and divine protection, divine mercy. Thank you. Thank you in full faith. Thank you. So thank you all the people who joined this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So I am coming up with many sessions. One is going to be after this understanding of basics of astrology. We will have how to know the karma, what it is aspecting. Then for pranic healers, I'm coming up with the session that how by healing your chakras, you are able to heal your planets as well. So then I will talk more how a spiritual guru or how your spiritual practices help you to negate your karma. That I will talk in that session. So I don't see any questions. Anybody has any question can unmute themselves and quickly talk, or maybe we take a leave.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, is there any WhatsApp group to join to attend these webinars?
Yes, there is. My sister has shared. You can check in the chat box. It's there. You can join that group.
Okay. Yeah, thank
So everybody can join that group. Whoever is interested in astrology, karma, pranic healing practices, But pranic healing practices just to just in link with astrology. I'm not a trainer of pranic healing, so of course I'm not going to take those classes. But certainly you can do the soul class, erratic yoga class. Your life would be very, very comfortable.
So those classes will be on the group,
No,
on
those
the
classes you
number.
message me personally. If anybody is interested for those classes, they can message me personally. So I will guide you to the people. Or maybe Asta, you type your number so people can get in touch with Asta also. She is a pranic healer trainer, so she can tell you more about it. Or maybe I can't see other trainers. Whoever is available can put their numbers. So they can help you out. It's a beautiful course.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, what all will be covered in the basic class?
Okay, so basic class we are going to cover all the 12 rashis. What do they mean? All the 9 planets, types of horoscopes, and what all was there? Planets, houses, rashis. Actually, basic astrology class ka kya reason hai? In that you will learn everything that if you are sitting in front of an astrologer, so you will know what is he talking about. If he tells you certain remedies, you know. Of course, astrology is a huge ocean. Even the advanced class we are doing, it will also not cover the entire. It's a huge ocean. But of course, in ocean, we can swim for some time, no? Little distance. So basics of astrology will tell you many things by which it will give you the ABC. Then advanced class certainly tells you about how you can write an essay and all that stuff. But then when you go to an astrologer, you come to know that what he's talking, what is he trying to convey to you. Okay?
So ma'am, how many levels are there? Like after basic and advanced, what else is there?
2 levels only. Earlier I thought of having one more level, but now I'm covering that level in advanced class only. So one is basic class. Advanced class is obviously a long class. It's some 20 to 25 days class. And this class is going to happen later because it's still going on and I'll take after 2 months. But basic class we are having from tomorrow only. So whoever wants to enroll can do that. Or else you be in the group so you can be updated whenever the next classes are happening. Okay?
Ma'am, after basic and advanced, we'll be able to read the number chart.
Advanced class will make you read your entire horoscope. Like my selling point of advanced class is whatever I know, I share with you. And I am a practicing astrologer past 5 years, professional. So you'll get the whole knowledge. Then it's up to you how much you can grasp and that is your caliber. But I deliver everything.
Okay, ma'am. And what are the charges for the advanced class and what is the duration of the course?
So basic class is 1100, 4 days. Advanced class is 5100. And I don't know how many days it's going to go. It's still going on with us. So probably it is going to be more than 20 days. Or 20 days to pakka hi hai.
Okay, ma'am.
So I am a part of the advanced class as a student, Astha here. And I would like to share that given the amount like we are imparting with, what we are learning is huge. So Tushar is sharing everything and it's amazing experience and amazing learning and we do discuss everything in detail. So if you are serious about astrology, it's a great pedestal to be on and learn like this. Thank you, Tushar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One question, Tushar. So if somebody don't know his or her time of birth, date they know, but time generally that's what happens with people who are 30 years, 40 years. So is it still possible to get their horoscope and all those things created?
Yes, it is possible. We make a Prashna chart for that. Of course, I talk about it in my basic class also. But we form a chart whenever anybody comes to us. If they don't have their time, there are people who don't even know their date of birth. So then we give predictions through that chart. But then we have to have a questionnaire with you. You know, we have to know your past so that we can know whatever we have established, it is in accordance to your past.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
So that's about it. Thank you all for coming in the session. See you all in the basic class. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks. Atma Namaste.
Atma Namaste, everyone.